Hi there, it's SVPod. Red's in my lap. Stanford Steve, thankfully, is not. Repping those New Mexico Blues. They're wearing those for the first time since like 78.
Yeah, man. Coach Jack, big win on the blue.
We talked about that. We talked about that the other day. Bowl eligible.
Hell of a job.
Heck yeah.
He could build a program.
We're looking for that. So Big Fat Red's here. Steve's here.
I can already see he's lighter.
He's thin, lithe, sinewy. Want to say thanks to all y'all out there. Our guy Jack tells us October was a big month. I mean, there's a zillion podcasts. We all understand that. And so there's a million places you could go, or actually a zillion places you could go. So finding this, whether it's on, live on YouTube or whether it's here, wherever it is, thank you. Appreciate that a lot. I think folks really enjoyed you sharing your pride, your love, your emotions about your girl. I think people are looking for an update. Got to close the loop, as they say.
Yeah, tough loss. Lost by 8 Sunday. Better team won. I'll just say that from my sources and the videos I saw.
Okay.
We battled. So it
I
was
can ask for it.
Hell of a run.
You win or you learn. So little lessons in lessons in defeat.
That's it.
And we're taping early on a Tuesday, just back from Dallas. You guys are going to go see the number one team in the country today?
Yeah, UConn and Louisville are playing over in Annapolis, and we're fired up. Not every day you get to watch the number one team in the country.
Send a little text over to Gino. Go, I got a class of 30. What is it? 30. Gino's probably, Gino will probably still be coaching.
I don't know.
Well, I'm just going to let him know. There's a young lady's name you might need to know.
Oh, no. Stop. We're not even close.
I just want to
Stop.
Stir the pot.
Stop.
Hey.
She did ask, though.
Dad was the number one recruit in the country when he was coming out. You never know. What did she ask?
If she could wear her LSU stuff.
Wear whatever you want.
I said, do whatever you want. But
correct answer.
We are from somewhere.
Ooh.
Mom, UConn fan. Baby, UConn fan. Lily, LSU. Of course, Cece's UCLA.
Find her own path. I love that. I love that each one has their own thing. Well, so we've got places to go and people to see. Speaking of engagements upcoming, this Tuesday pod will become a Wednesday pod moving forward because starting tonight, we have the first rankings coming out in college football. So it's an opportunity for us on Wednesdays to digest what we've got from the rankings. And I mean, honestly, we do these Tuesdays. By the time we dive in NFL-wise, we're kind of last to the party, but we do have the Monday night game to react to. Sometimes it's a big one. Next week, it's a huge game. We'll be up in Lambeau. Looking forward to that. Little Arctic Express, Dave. 25 degrees, the projected low next Monday in Lambeau.
Can't wait.
I could do without it, but that's fine. Just bundle up.
Yeah.
Layers.
Yes, you have more than anyone. Wear them.
Good call. I've already framed that one. But point being that Tuesday, you're looking at the NFL, and there's always stuff to talk about, and we will. But just last year we did it on Wednesdays. It made a ton of sense. That's where we will be. Saturday night live, good luck. Just want to give you the framing of what to expect. Your boy's going to a soiree, so we'll make sure that the intake is minimal.
Black tie?
No, just a function. Back up in Connecticut, my man.
Oh.
Yeah. Back to the heartbeat.
Huskies played Duke that day. You could go to the Rent for a little appetizer.
All set? ACC favorite, Duke?
Yeah.
You showed me those odds on the plane. I'm like, what? I can't make sense of that conference because of what we discussed on Saturday night with all the chaos. I felt like Louisville feels like they should be the shortest odds. So we'll see what happens Saturday night. We're going to try to do it. Just no promises. Peepaw vision. Me pressing buttons and Jack going, no, Scott, just I'll try my best. Just try.
It's not that hard. I can do it every week.
I've done it. I can do it. Merch coming. Apparently we can't do Pooptown, which I'm just going to say right now is bullshit. But apparently we'll figure it out. I feel like the non-negotiables on the shirts, and we're just going to, and initial ones might be just some logos. I feel like signed up for 60. If we could narrow down what has to be on a shirt, mechanical.
Yep.
Sign up for 60.
Yep.
Because that to me is the ethos of the show. That's the idea of it. Sign up for 60.
Stay in the fight.
Mechanical, stay in the fight. All right.
Just try.
That's important too. I did see a mock-up that said "make your fouls," which warmed my heart because that's what my grandpa said.
Scotino.
But make your fouls is sort of the idea of signing up for 60. It's just basically just do the little things.
Finish.
Because there's no little things. Right? There are no little things. Too many little things stack up. Guess what they become?
Let that marinate.
One big thing. There. We'll be right back. Cowboys made a trade. 7th rounder for a linebacker. That's what Jerry was teasing on Monday. Cool. And I get that you all will say of us, all you guys do is talk about the Cowboys. They are a topic beyond what their results merit. No argument. Not really here as much as other spots on our network. But you pointed this out to me on our flight. They're on Monday Night Football, have a bye. Monday Night Football from Vegas. Credit apps being filled out.
It's in the works.
Hi, gal. Don't know the rules? Don't care. He'll tell me what to do. Then they're on Thanksgiving, or no, it goes Thursday night football, Thanksgiving.
No, Thanksgiving, then they always get Thursday night after Thanksgiving.
Of course. And then it's Sunday Night Football. And the point is, they're in gigantic national windows pretty much exclusively because whether they're good or not, Amazon Prime, NBC, Fox, us, CBS when they can get them, you are going to take the Cowboys whenever you can get them because that's what they are. It is a fascinating bit that they haven't been any good, like good, NFC Championship good in decades. And yet when I talked to Jason last night on Countdown, I said, who'd you hate the most when you're in Philly? He goes, oh, Dallas.
Yeah. I get it. I saw a lot more last night than I would ever think of. And that includes you having Jerry on. What's he coming on the show for? Promote the, what is it called? The Stadium Series?
Yeah, Stadium Series.
Not outdoor because that place is indoor.
Yeah.
And it's just this sell. So then Troy comes down, goes on the show. He's going back up to the booth. Matt, our security guy, is like, have you been? He looks at me. He's like, have you been up there yet? I'm like, no. He's like, you got to come see this. So what they did is they redid all their concourses because they're going to have 8. I think they're in line for 8 World Cup games.
Okay.
And so we take the elevator up, walking behind Troy Aikman in AT&T Stadium. That's a scene.
I can imagine.
Only he can act. He's just,
he knows who he is.
Yeah, like he's unbelievable. His demeanor is fantastic. So we get up there and you come around the elevator and there's ropes. Obviously, to the booth is roped off. Then you come back out into this club. Like, it's spectacular. Everything's white. Guys cutting filet mignon, mac and cheese, bar, shrimp cocktail the size of your head. I mean, everything. And I'm like, this is for the fan. I'm like, how much is a ticket for this? And then, open bar. There's bars all over the place. The TVs are on. You guys are on, the show. And then I'm like, this is unbelievable. It's too nice. Like, I grew up, the NFL games I would go to were old Foxborough Stadium and the old Giants Stadium. Dumps.
Shithouse.
dumps. And, I'm start thinking, I always think about the Schlayworth line about being in San Diego, and it's too nice, and it's to build softness. And, why are you going to work hard when you can go hang out at the beach? I get back down to the field, kickoff. I look, there's no one in the seats. And everybody's like, look at this place. I was like, if you had their tickets, you wouldn't be in your seats either. You got a feast upstairs, and it's just an absolute show.
It is all those things you just described.
It's unbelievable, a spectacle.
It's opulent. It's elegant. The stadium itself, I always am awed by the scope of it. Mm-hmm. It's just enormous. And you go in some of these stadiums, the older ones, and it's cramped and there's no room. And you go into the Jerry World, and the underground is tall. I've talked about this some. When you're tall like us, I took a big chunk out of my head on the RV last night again. When you're tall, you hit your head on shit. You just like when stuff has some space. And a lot of these things are kind of claustrophobic. Not Jerry World. The scope of it, enormous. The scale of everything and how it is done, first class. So I walk in and I always look at the size of the screen and I look at how big it is. I'm like, God, this is amazing. And then I think about the last place we were and the next place we go. Arrowhead, Lambeau. Those feel like football stadiums. You feel the fans when you're there. You don't in that stadium last night. Oh. For the reasons you're describing, because it sets a scene that's almost too comfortable. Yeah, I want an RFK hot dog that looks like it was been there since World War II. When you open up the bun and it looks like, is that excrement? Oh, no, it's just black and brown because maybe it's been here since last year when we played the Eagles against Roman Gabriel.
And the bread is still soggy somehow.
Somehow soggy. It's combination.
Things been sweating in that tinfoil for 17 days.
One half is fossilized, the other half is soggy. That's what it needs to be. There needs to be cigar butts on the ground, old popcorn. It smells like a stadium. It feels like a stadium. That joint feels like this.
It's like I'm at a really, really nice banquet.
Too comfortable, too nice.
I looked. I was like, I want to see let's get a Cowboys hot dog. Couldn't find one. Pretzel.
Probably get a Kobe beef hot dog.
Wagyu.
Have you had that?
Yeah, I like domestic better.
Ooh, hot take.
I like the damp. It's damp.
Not as hot as the plate that the Shake Shack burger comes on.
We'll get to that. We got injuries. No, but to that point, and then I saw you turn around at halftime. That show.
Lee Greenwood singing. We're honoring medal award winners.
They're telling the stories of the medal winners. Veterans.
Is it? I don't know exactly what I'm hosting halftime, but I know they're honoring veterans that have been awarded, and now I feel like an idiot because I don't know exactly what it was, but just the best of us.
Yes.
The men and women that fought for us, and Lee Greenwood singing "Proud to be an American." It's goosebumps.
And I'm telling you, that's Texas. Like all the security ladies around us, the men, the people in the stands, they're all singing it word for word. Like you felt it, and I'm like, man, this is serious. And then he belts in, he gives you an extra chorus, everybody's singing, and then sure enough, how the hell it happens? It's the Cowboys, and everything is planned and staged. The cheerleaders end up in front of Lee Greenwood, and they have American flag perfectly pom-pom shaking.
Sure.
I'm like, this is it's you can't write scripts that good.
Right, then the Cardinals come out, take the opening drive of the second half, score a touchdown. They're up 24-7, and they win the game. Good night, everybody. I hope you had a good time. 3-5-1. What they've been for decades, man.
It's unreal.
Decades. But the people that left, they ate Wagyu beef, ate shrimp the size of their head, heard Lee Greenwood sing, we're honoring our best and bravest. You went home, you're like, what's the Cowboy game? Did they win? I don't know. Probably not.
Beer was cold.
3-5-1. National TV exclusively for the next month and a half.
Unbelievable.
Okay. They're not good. They're not terrible, but they're not good.
They have offense.
Not last night, they didn't.
No, but they.
How about Walter Nolan III? Rookie debut.
Stud.
Disruptor.
I want to say he was the number 1 recruit in that recruiting class. He was part of that Jimbo class that Jimbo had, that one. And then
I remember the name when it went to College Station. And
then he went to Ole Miss.
I give Arizona so much credit, and Jonathan Gannon. I asked Trey McBride this, which was really cool. Ryan Clark introduced me right before we went on the air to do Monday Night Countdown, and he's like, "Man, just want to play well enough to be up there with you after on SportsCenter." I said, "Well, then go do what you do. Go ball out, and we'll see you later." And then he did. And I admire a team that lost 5 straight by 4 or fewer. It's only happened in the history of the league 3 times. That could be debilitating. That could break you. That could have you saying 1, 2, 3, Cancun.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't. I think Jacoby Brissett has a role there. And I'm not going to put Trey in a position where I say, "Hey, who should be your starter?" That's not what I would ever do. But I think it's telling, and he just talks about what a pro he is in his role and how excellent Brissett has been. Gave him a chance to beat both Indianapolis and Green Bay, and then they go beat the Cowboys. I just admire a team that does what it's paid to do, which is compete and battle, and they did. And they were better last night, and they won. I think Brissett has to be the starter moving forward. Gannon said afterwards nothing changed when Murray's healthy. He's our starter. I don't know how you do that to that locker room. I really don't. So we'll see what happens moving forward. But I always enjoy being in that stadium. I think it's an awesome scene, but scene is the right word. I can't wait to go to Lambeau because that's a stadium. And it feels like one. And they did an incredible job of keeping the footprint of the old and building this amazing,
awesome,
almost like Colosseum in Rome around it that's all modern and perfect. And you guys will be indoors next week, you lucky bastards. Be down there wrapped up like a mummy. Swag, remember last year he said, hey, Scott, I got to go to the hospital just because it was cold. He was so wrapped up. Swag said he had to go to the hospital. Oh. I've told you this a million times. You know, because you live it. As fun as you think it is just hanging out, talking to Swag about anything, it's more fun. It's just like an injection of positive energy, joy. I don't know.
I will put him up against anyone talking food.
He enjoys
it. Unbelievable.
He enjoys food quite a bit. Quite a bit.
He gave me 15 minutes on Chipotle. I thought I knew what to get at Chipotle. I can't wait to go back.
He gave you some cheat codes.
Hey, you can try that chimichurri.
You got to mix it up, though.
Got to mix it, though. Oily.
There you go.
Oily. It is oily.
Not if you mix it right.
No.
Anyway, good to be there. We'll see you in Lambeau next week. It's trade deadline day as you and I are talking live. I mean, there's lots happening. We're watching Pat right now, and Schefter's breaking Sauce Gardner for 2-1s to the Colts. Rashid Shaheed from the Saints to Seattle.
Your team?
The off-ramp or on-ramp right now. That Seattle team, recency bias, maybe. They are so loaded, their roster, and watching them play the team I root for, who's so old and so beat up with injuries, it's just jarring to see how well set up Seattle is with difference makers all over the field. Sam Darnold, who is incredible. Now, granted, he's playing up against a Washington defense that isn't Cincinnati, but it's in the same neighborhood. They've struggled so bad on defense. But Seattle's fantastic, Steve.
Yeah.
They have 2 losses. One in week 1 on their home field to San Francisco where they're driving to win and Darnold gets hit by Bosa and the ball comes out. The other, again, ironically enough, at home. The 12s are great, but they've been in 11-1, I believe, in McDonald's first dozen road games, which is astounding. But they lose to Baker in that wild back-and-forth game, great uniform game, a pick late of Darnold, field goal and Tampa Bay won it at the gun, which is what they've done a lot of this year. Those are the only 2 games that they've lost this year. That's it. The Rams, the same scenario. It's funny, we get a text from our guy, Evan Kaplan. Cap, I'd written down the notes on the flight, and he's thinking like I'm thinking. The Rams' only 2 losses this year. A game against Philly where they had a 19-point lead. Get a kick blocked. That's been a problem for them. McVay said afterwards, I mean, this Cardi's, he said, the operation's not great. It's on me. I got to fix it. It isn't great right now. But they lost that game because they got a kick blocked in return for a touchdown. And they lost a game in overtime against San Francisco where they got stopped on a 4th and 1 because they didn't want to kick a field goal and settle for a tie. Those are their only 2 losses. And those are the 2 teams, and for me, it's the Rams still. Those are the 2 teams I like better than anybody else in the NFC. Do you feel the same? Are you a Philly guy?
Now you do. I'm not going to doubt Philly. I can't wait to see.
I didn't say I doubted them. I'm just saying I like the 2 West teams more because I feel like they haven't put any bad tape out there.
Understood. It is a process of a season. I think the Eagles know what they need to be when that time comes, and I think it starts this week off a bye. I would think A.J. Brown is back, so now you got everything cooking. I don't know what they just got. Who they got from Miami? Phillips, the pass rusher.
Phillips, yeah,
he'll be a difference maker.
Well,
as long as he stays healthy.
We got 4 more hours for Howie Roseman to get on the phone and add. And when he calls you, if you're a GM and he calls you, don't take his call. Why would you take his call? He's just gonna. It must be Jedi mind tricks. Because he ends up getting something that makes him better, and maybe it helps you. I don't know. Maybe it's because my team has to play against him twice. And I was like, did Roseman just win again? Son of a gun, that guy's unreal.
Do you think the Dolphins, because that's a new GM, right? They
just got rid of Greer, who's been there forever.
Like, do you think that Dolphins guy is like, why is he calling me? Who could he possibly want on my team?
I mean, I think there was curiosity, is Waddle available? I think people would certainly call and kick the tires on that.
Okay.
Waddle,
it's not many guys.
Well, no.
Right?
That feels like a rebuild is coming.
Yeah. So, that's got to be a scary feeling.
What, Roseman on the phone? Don't answer. He's going to win. I got Detroit listed. It's 4 for me in the NFC that I like the best. Just because I think the gap between their best and their worst, that's my big thing right now. I'm stuck on that this year. I said it last night on Countdown about Green Bay. Like, your 2 losses are to Cleveland and to Carolina. And give Carolina credit. They're 5-4. But you're the biggest favorite to lose a game this year. You're playing them on your home field. Winds swirling all over the joint. You're wearing those awful jerseys from 1,000 years ago. And you lose. And I just don't take you as seriously as a championship contender if you show that you're capable of losing games like that. That's always the Billis conversation as it relates to the NCAA tournament. Who'd you beat? Who'd you show you can lose to? Because I don't think it happens any given Sunday. It can happen to any team. I don't think it happens to the best teams that often. That's all I'm saying.
I understand. And to your point, and it's what I thought about all day Sunday after the games were over.
1 o'clocks were great, huh?
Finally. Yeah. It's week 9.
Woohoo!
All right.
Go ahead.
Look at the Packers and the team that you just said that you would take over anybody, the Rams.
Yep.
All right. They're both 14-point favorites Sunday, right? Green Bay comes around and just starts dicking around. Orlovsky had a great breakdown of Jordan Love, first play of the game, not having his eyes where he's supposed to be, and it's like, here we go. LaFleur maybe getting a little too creative, and it's just they're not taking care of business. The Rams, 4 o'clock, sun's still out. Who knows who's at SoFi? Sleepy game. It's 20-0 in a blink of an eye. Game is over. It's over. And I just look at these teams that are about taking care of business, and that's why people start putting LaFleur in that conversation with the head coaches. I can't do it. I look at McVay. I look at what Shanahan's had to deal with in San Francisco, and it's like, if I got a guy, and I'm not mentioning other guys that have won Super Bowls and all that. I'm just talking about the younger phase and that coaching tree. Those 2 guys, Like, they have their teams ready. And the Niners, it's not pretty, but it's effective, and they're getting the job done. The Rams come out, take care of business. You mentioned the 2 losses. I just love – you know what you're getting with that team, and that's what I love.
Speaking of the Rams, you know who leads the National Football League in touchdown passes? Old graybeard, Stafford.
20?
One, I think. It's 20 or 21.
Jeez.
He's got 16
Was
touchdowns.
he drafted in our fantasy league?
No. 16 touchdowns, no picks his last 5 games. I sent him a text. I said, not a bad weekend for the old graybeards from Highland Park. Kershaw goes out a champion, and you got Stafford leading the NFL in touchdown passes. Can still do it. It's a great point, though, about don't play with your food, man.
No.
Beat the teams you're supposed to beat, and don't leave it open for interpretation. LaFleur afterwards said we had breakdowns in all 3 phases. Can't have that.
And kick a field goal?
Well,
went for it.
Win was insane. I get it, but
that scenario,
yeah, just
I want to say it was 1st and 10 from the 15, right?
Yep.
You run 3 plays. You end up. It was 4th and 8.
I don't remember.
I think it was 4th and 8. And I'm like, what do you run here? There's no play for this.
Not really.
You just ran your first best 3, supposedly.
And not a good one.
Kick the field goal.
People hate field goals, Steve.
My Dallas last night, first drive.
Yep.
Kick the field goal.
Hindsight being 2020, you don't know it's going to go the way it did. You might have done that. Right behind those 4 I mentioned, San Francisco deserves nothing but respect for figuring. They figure it out. Tough as shit. Next man up. That's a cliche, but they live it.
That will not be on a T-shirt.
No, sir.
No cliches.
Kind of some cliches.
We're going to make our own.
But we're making our own things cliches. But see, cliches have a lot of truth in them. That's why they get repeated. Like, just try. San Francisco, Tampa Bay, Green Bay. I'm not telling you I think Green Bay stinks. It's the opposite. I think they're really good. It's just frustrating to see a team that put their best 60 minutes of tape out week 1 with what they did to Detroit, who's on this list too. Detroit's the 4. If I didn't say it, it's Seattle, Rams, Philly, Detroit. Even though they lost, Minnesota just got home. You got to get home on golf. If you don't, then forget it. Give Minnesota a ton of credit there. They bothered him a lot. I think they sacked him 5 times. But I still think Detroit's not a lot of fun to play. San Francisco, Tampa Bay, Green Bay. I feel like those are your groups. Chicago's asking, what about us? I don't know. What about you? Cincinnati win. It's a great win because it would have been a terrible loss. But I don't think they're a team yet that's on these levels.
I'd even put Tampa Bay higher than those other ones.
Other than
Green Bay?
Really?
Yeah.
Was it dismissive? Yeah. Okay.
Green Bay just lost their best player.
That was something that I neglected to mention in that loss, that you're in real time trying to figure out what do we do. That just shows you how much of a weapon Kraft had become for them.
So good.
Go back to the game they won in Pittsburgh, that second half. It's Kraft's going bananas. He was on with us on SportsCenter, and send our best to him. A lot of talented young tight ends out there. We talked to one last night, McBride. Kraft's one. Bowers comes back, goes for 127 and 3 touchdowns.
That guy
looked fantastic. But in real time, you could see how the absence of him left them without a real answer. So, we'll be in Lambeau. It's going to be cold. It's okay. We'll bundle up, and it's on paper the best game we've got. San Francisco, Indy maybe could be in the same vicinity down the road, but this is kind of NFC power hierarchy kind of a deal. Sure, Philly just rolls their eyes at that until somebody beats them. They're on their place is secure.
Yeah. No doubt.
In the AFC,
I got a question for you about the AFC.
Start with your Steve's question on the AFC.
On the bet show, there was a prop offered on the app. The current division winners or the field to win the AFC. So the current division leaders.
New England, Pittsburgh, Indy, Denver?
Yeah.
Or the field?
Yeah.
Field.
Field was minus 190.
Well, it's because I get Buffalo, I get Baltimore, I get
Kansas City.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take.
Did you just say Baltimore?
You're damn right I did.
Oh, my God.
I'm right.
How did the Dolphins look good? They have more effort against Baltimore?
Pooptown.
Yeah, they're going to stay there.
Okay.
They should have never gotten out.
Again, I'm the slumlord of Pooptown, not you. You could set up Doo-Doo Village.
I got Doo-Doo Village.
That's fine. You could put and you want to know what? Everyone will be in there. The whole league, according to
It's
Steve.
almost.
Well, that's a great prop content piece for a show about that, because we love Vrabel. May looks the part. New England beat Buffalo in Buffalo. Their schedule is easy. They're going to be a playoff team.
I think they're going to get home field.
That's saying a lot. I think they beat Buffalo. I still think Buffalo's better. Buffalo beats Kansas City again, regular season. I've talked about this ad nauseum. Every time you beat them, there's value in it. It validates that you're as good as them or better. But Kansas City has the ultimate trump card, which is see you in January. And you can't say shit about that until January. The problem for the Chiefs, and we covered it last night on Countdown with Jason, they've already got 4 losses, Steve.
Hmm?
And the whole, if the playoffs started today, they don't. But the point is, they are not. They're not in the field at the moment. They will be, but they'll almost certainly have to play wild card weekend and almost certainly on the road. And having to win 4 versus having to win 3, it's just math. And they showed a couple of years ago going to Buffalo and Baltimore consecutive weeks and winning. They've certainly got that in the toolkit.
Mm-hmm.
It just ramps up the ask significantly. And so you've been saying they're the best team. At 5-4, are you off that at all?
No.
Still feel like they're the one?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm not trying to talk you out of it. Mahomes was under 50% for the first time in his career. Mm-hmm. And it's been the same since forever. If you're old enough to go back in the day to Staubach or Bradshaw, people are going, who? I'll make it more reasonable for our younger listeners. Brady, you know who that was. Or if it's Mahomes, or if it was Goff the other day. You just have to bother these guys. And Buffalo did.
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia beat the crap out of him in the Super Bowl because they harassed him all day, made him uncomfortable. That's what's required. Otherwise, he's going to kill you. He's going to kill you. Where are you with Indy?
I can't make a case for him.
Okay.
When you're talking about those other teams.
I don't think, right. I understand. I think they're real.
They got a big one coming. They play Kansas. They go to Arrowhead.
They go to Arrowhead. Well, Kansas City's next game after the bye this week is in Denver. I'm going to get to Denver in a minute. Indy going to Pittsburgh, a team, the Steelers defense, people are writing the obit for them. I mean, Damian Woody on with me Thursday nights. He's like, look, most of their defensive stars are on milk cartons. Like, where are they? They are missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turnovers. But to the Colts' credit, they're still swinging until the end. Pittsburgh couldn't put them away. That impressed me because generally you have 6 turnovers. Old Colts team, that's a 40-10 game you lose. They didn't. But can't make a case for them relative to some teams who we're much more familiar with because they've done it.
That's a spot where you got to do it. Change the image. Go to Pittsburgh and win.
That's fair.
You know? So.
No argument. Pittsburgh still leads the division. A big win for them. The Chargers get a win by 7 over the Titans. They lose Alt. That is a disaster for them. They lost Slater to start the year. Now they lose Alt. You're talking about 2 all-pro level tackles that they've lost. And this is where the next man up just doesn't make sense. Look at Washington. If the next man up was as good as the first man up, well, they wouldn't be the next man up. They'd already be the guy. I don't know what to make of them. Denver's even more confusing to me because they have far too many quarters where they don't do anything. And I guess I mean Knicks. 3 quarters of nothing against the Giants. One insane quarter where they lead the NFL in scoring differential in the fourth quarter. But if you keep winning games that way, I think you can relate to this analogy I'll make. Your boy a lot of times would wait until the last night before a test to crack open the book.
No way. I do not believe that.
Or to sit down and let me crack open the old typewriter here and type out a paper. If you consistently wait until the night before the test to take a test, you will sooner than later have a test you do not have the answers for. And Denver just said it about Green Bay. I just feel like they dick around too much with teams that they beat the Jets 13-11 and overseas somewhere, London,
Luxembourg.
Dublin. What? I don't think it was Luxembourg.
No? Liechtenstein?
I don't think it was there. I wasn't.
They should get games.
I wasn't expecting you to pull Luxembourg for the Denver-New York Jet game. The defense is great for sure, and Knicks has flashes, sure, and they're 7-2, so cool. But there's too many empty quarters and too many games where you have to rely on that fourth quarter differential. I just don't want to live in that space where that's the way you have to win games. That's my hang up with them.
I got nothing.
You had Luxembourg.
Yeah. I watched the game. That between Stroud getting hurt, Mills coming in, Knicks, there was like 6 interceptions completely dropped in that game. Ugly.
Not if you had Fairbairn as your kicker, fantasy. What's
Got
up?
him.
What's up? You ready for Pooptown? New Orleans.
Pooptown.
They held the ball for 16 minutes on Sunday.
That game Sunday in LA and that game they had in Seattle, like, whoa, buddy. A lot of traveling for ass whoopings.
Yeah. Could have just sent in a note from the airport and said, "Now we're all set. We're going to stay down here and have some beignet."
Couldn't get through TSA.
Worried about that. They got a flight tomorrow. I'm curious how that's going to go. Reading stories about long lines and what have you. Early one. I don't know how early I can make it, but we'll see. New Orleans is in Pooptown. Miami's back in Pooptown. Steve said they never should have been out.
Pooptown.
I took the Jets out because they won. They were on a bye.
Pooptown.
Bye-bye to not being in Pooptown. You're in Pooptown.
Keep going.
Raiders.
Pooptown.
Keep going.
Even with Bowers back. Pooptown. Browns.
Pooptown.
Keep going.
The Titans.
Pooptown.
Going.
Who else is supposed to be in here?
The Commanders. Come on.
Not going to be able to do.
They're awful.
Yeah, they're not good. I'm not putting them in.
Giants?
They beat the Eagles. It's like depositing money in a bank. Again, you can be the guy over down the road at Doo-Doo Village. You can put Washington in. Washington's
They're going to Madrid to play the Dolphins.
They sure are. They sure are, Steve.
I don't know if they win another game. They have to win that game.
Running back one, I guess. I think you could call Eckler that. Injured. McLaurin, mostly injured. Their quarterback missed a couple games now. The disaster with his elbow. He's got to be done for the year. Defensive ends 1 and 2 out. Lattimore, who's not been good this year, ACL. Their games lost to injury is astounding, and it's not just games lost, it's who it's been lost. There was some smoke and mirrors last year. Everyone that's being honest with themselves as a Washington fan will admit that. You play a last-place schedule. You didn't face Dak either time you faced Dallas. You faced some other backups. You were lucky to win a game against New Orleans against a backup. You were lucky to win a game against Chicago on a Hail Mary. You had a lot of rabbit's feet in your pockets last year. But then you made the playoffs, you beat Tampa, and you boat raced Detroit. That's real. That happened. But the reality of this season is jarring for Washington fans. You know? You got a quarterback you love, but he's frail and is he injury prone? We'll see. Got an old roster, a lot of holes. They're banged up. Like I said, playing against Seattle the other night is you look at their roster and how young and talented they are versus Washington's, and it's not a fun snapshot, and it's not a fun accounting of them versus the team I pull for. Can't say that they're in there. Maybe they are.
Oh, they are.
I understand.
This is going to be a brutal watch. Our legs, they got the Lions.
Oh, that's right.
Off a loss.
I had a Men in Black moment where I looked at the light and forgot. And then
they go to Madrid.
Ciao.
That'll be a fun trip. What is that going to be off? 5 straight losses?
I don't know, dude.
That's rough.
It's pretty grim. Pretty grim. I thought that what Jason and Troy and Ryan, all men who did it, said about him being out there late was telling. Jason said mostly you would come out of games when you were up by a lot. Mm-hmm. And the idea that the starters were still in it's easy in retrospect because the man gets hurt. The fact that he's coming back from injury and is still in a 38-7 game that they had absolutely zero chance to win and felt eerily similar to a Monday night game where Mike Vick and Philly came in and were up 28-0 after a quarter. It was the same kind of thing. Had no answers and just are being embarrassed. Why he's still out there? If he doesn't get hurt, then you could have wondered, and I did when that drive started. I said to Tim, why is he on the field? What's the point? And then, unfortunately, you know what that is. You've had the exact same injury. Mm-hmm. How long does it take to come back from that? I mean, you played in the Rose Bowl with a jungle gym on your arm. How long?
Yeah, that was Thanksgiving weekend. It happened to me, so it was 5 weeks.
There's no point in Daniels coming back in this season. It's done. None.
Really?
Why would you bring him back?
Try and show your fans he could play?
I'm pretty anti-tanking, but I'm also pretty in favor of that last place schedule and a good draft pick because they need it. They need it. I mean, if it's 4 weeks from now, for what? I don't know.
To play football that he's getting paid for.
There's that.
I mean, what?
I understand, but if you're say it's 5 weeks from now and you're 3-10,
yeah.
He just got hurt in a game that didn't mean anything. By definition, the games wouldn't mean anything.
I'm looking. You're asking your fans to come out for this, and you got all this momentum moving forward, and he's 100% healthy.
So that assumes a lot. That assumes that he gets 100% healthy. But
it's fine. It's his non-throwing arm. It's totally fine.
You've lived it.
Don't put your hand. I never put my hand down again when I went down.
I understand. I think I'm in a fragile state over here at the moment, Steve, as it relates to the Commanders. Left hand up.
Just put them in Pooptown. It'll be a lot easier. What else you got?
It's so far down the road. I mean, the Dodgers have already had their World Series parade, I think. But we were on Saturday night. The fact that Yamamoto came back in Game 7 after pitching Game 6 is the most astounding thing I've ever seen. I just can't get over what that dude did. They gave him how much money? Like $300 million? Well, you're even. I just was playing it back, the number of things that had to go wrong for Toronto to lose. And I said to Maddie, who works with us, who's a huge Orioles fan, as am I, I'd rather never go to the World Series for the rest of my life than lose one like that.
That's good conversation. It's gutting, man.
Like that. And Seattle fans are saying, hey, do me a favor.
I'm saying, look at that series.
Spare me your tears. You weren't 2 outs away from a title, as Toronto was. The layering of things that happened over the course of that entire series, it was remarkable. Gigantic numbers, which is big because from 20 to 23, the World Series had its 4 lowest rated World Series ratings in the history of the World Series. You don't see that covered a lot by those that love to cover the NBA ratings. They don't mention 20 to 23, lowest 4 World Series TV ratings. That's a fact. You could look it up. Dodgers in the last 2, Yankees last year, and now this one, compelling Game 7, big numbers up, and that's great. That's great for baseball, and it shows that sport's not dead by any means. But is there hate watching going on as it relates to the Dodgers? I don't know. I think it's just they're a massive brand, and they're the second biggest city in the country.
Yeah, it just really feels like it's going to be a while till we see baseball.
Right. So I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It
ain't pretty, man.
No, I don't delve into that a lot because I don't understand it all, but I can understand what's coming here, and there's going to be, I mean, it sounds bleak.
Feelings.
Financials.
You don't want those 2 Fs.
That's well said. But anyway, I just was thinking after you and I were so focused in on doing what we do on Saturday nights. And I just, in retrospect, that was amazing. Week 9 in the NFL was the first time this year when we've had some of those, all right, every favorite's not just going to cover and laugh. I see. By the way, Atlanta, after moving on from their kicker earlier this year, they moved off Younghoe Koo and they picked up Parker Romo, right? And he made a bunch of kicks against Minnesota on a Sunday night, and yay, that was a great story. Well, he missed an extra point against New England, which is why they lost, and they cut him. That's a rough business, man. Chad Ryland, the kicker for Arizona, who was a Maryland guy, came up and said hi to me last night, and I just started hitting him with all sorts of, man, what a great, you were only there for a year. That kick you had at Michigan, he's like, wow. He's like, you got a good memory. I said, no, I'm just a psychopath for Maryland, and you were awesome.
He got drafted by the Patriots and cut, right?
That's correct. That's just what I was going to say. And then think about what happened. I don't know if this is interesting to anybody, but it is to me, so indulge me. Got drafted by the Patriots, had a rough entry into the NFL. He's kicking for Belichick, and finally he's like, all right, we're going to cut the kicker. So that was that. He goes to Arizona. Prater gets hurt, who's kicked for 100 years. And then Ryland comes in and makes a bunch of kicks, has a bunch of game-winning kicks, and then he becomes the guy. Well, then Prater's still out there kicking. He's still awfully good. He goes to Buffalo this year because Bass gets hurt, and then Prater's kicked for them. I assume Bass is okay, but now once you become the guy and you're the kicker and you've got the confidence of the room, it's kind of hard to move off it.
Yeah, but then he missed that last one.
But they probably should have punted.
Yeah, what are we doing there?
Didn't make a ton of sense.
I don't know, Jim. There's a lot of I don't know Jims in that game.
That's just a bad decision. You cannot let that man who haunts your franchise and fans have the ball at the 40. I don't care if it end up kicking in the end zone. At least it's 20 more yards. But the life of a kicker, I can't get over what it is. You're viewed as this, not an outcast, but you're wearing a uniform, but you're not one of them. You're just over here by the net, standing there waiting. Go kick that K ball, which I picked it up on the sideline. The thing is, it's the consistency of I don't know what like a grape that feels like it's gonna bust.
It's pretty close to a rugby ball.
The reason why these K balls are flying 68 yards, little with a record. By the way, Aubrey, who we all want to see him try from 70. Well, he tried from 68 right before the half last night, wide left.
I walked down there. He had it. They had the distance, not even.
Oh, I was standing right there getting ready for halftime. Distance was not the issue. It was just slightly off to the left.
I went out and watched him warm up.
Oh, effortless.
I've never seen anything like it. I couldn't get over how much he runs before the game. Like, he must have run, I don't know, 15 gassers?
Well, you got to get
100-yard.
Get your steps in. I mean, you're not going to run during the game.
Yeah, that's a good point. But, like, it was impressive. And he just puts it down.
And that guy's, he was out of the game, and his wife says, you're better than these guys. And now look at him. He's seen as good a kicker and a weapon, an actual weapon in that sport.
For a leg.
Oh, it's nuts. But I think about these guys. When I was a kid, I was odd. I remember the score of every game, like without computers. I knew the lines. Probably should have been a tell. Maybe we need to steer him away from that. But I always loved the kickers. I knew every team's kicker. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. And so I think I still pay attention to it. And now I see it so differently because I appreciate how tenuous their existence is. Young Waku is a guy. He's kicking indoors, huge leg, has a couple of misses, you're out. This guy gets in, you miss an extra point, you're out. Zane Gonzalez was kicking for Washington last year.
Yeah.
You're out. Well, now you're in. Now you got a job. Now you're with Atlanta. Indoor team. Enjoy it because you're going to miss one, and then guess what? You're going to be out. But it's a skill that's rare, and so you don't really go away. I mean, Gonzalez didn't have to go get a job at a convenience store or something. Just wait. Then someone calls you and you go kick. What a life.
Crazy. Chris Jackie. That was my guy.
Really?
Packers. Loved them.
Rolf Benershka.
For my time.
You don't know Rolf Benershka?
No. Ray Wershing?
That's a guy. And they all had the single bar that was down here.
The Barr brothers.
There you go.
None of those guys won MVPs, though.
Our guy with the square toe boot and the perm, Mark Mosley, did. I think we did this. 48 yards was the longest kick he made, and he won an MVP in the NFL. And if you're like 25 and you're listening to this, you think I'm making this up. It's a true story. A kicker won the MVP.
It was nuts being down on the field last night for that 2-minute drill before the half, and like they just got to get not even to the 50-yard line.
And they're in range. Legitimate range.
Yeah, he's got it, man. It's nuts. He's an absolute weapon.
So we came back from Texas, and in 2 days you go back to Texas.
Yeah. Somebody asked me, like, I should have just went to Lubbock.
I asked you, are you going to eat a steak the size of your back?
2.
Dose.
Yeah, I got to remember.
Have you heard from the Lubbock folks?
Not really.
Well, it's disappointing. This is your second wake-up call.
Yeah.
Steve wants all of it. He wants as weird as it can get times infinity. Just wants to feel the Lubbock vibes.
Yeah. Double Nickel is the steakhouse, I think. And then there's another one, Las Brisas, Southwest Steakhouse.
Love it.
A little Cajun steak.
A little spice.
Good.
Let's get weird, Lubbock.
Yeah. Got a hoops game Friday night against Sam Houston.
Okay.
Some people are saying they can win the national title. I don't know about that. That Big 12. Woo! Arizona's in the Big 12.
They are. And they got a youngster named Koa Pete who put on a show on Monday. We're in that weird space where there's so much going on that it's hard for my brain to remember what day it is and what sports there are. But college hoops starting, and I like what they do now. There's a bunch of these big games early. Arizona beat the reigning champs from Florida. I say reigning champs, I mean, you lose a lot, but still.
They have the same coach.
They do, and they have some of the same dudes. But
who do you want to see the most?
I want to see Cam Boozer tonight.
Okay.
I want to see that Duke freshman. I want to see Kansas because Peterson, their freshman, can really go. Bill's had so many talented sort of wing slasher types and small guards. I feel like it's been a while since there's been a guard that looks like him in Lawrence. and he is special. Boozer's supposed to be nuts. DeBonsa from BYU made his debut. I mean, it's a long list of guys. And I know where they're going, and I have to remind myself. You asked me today because Duke plays Texas. Oh, yeah, Sean Miller's there. Who's he got? I said, I don't remember. Oh, yeah. They got this guy from St. John's. It's the reality of the life of the moment where portal and NIL, and it's just mayhem in all directions as we've described. I don't know who plays for a lot of teams. I got to remind myself. But this year, there's a depth to the freshman class that is serious. Mm-hmm. And so, and it's teams like, think about who we just mentioned, Duke, Arizona, Texas. BYU's got some dudes that were there already that you add this to.
Oh, yeah.
And speaking of, Baylor's whole team left. Their point guards now at BYU. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's I like Michigan, Illinois, St. John's, UConn. Like, I need to see it.
They all played last night.
Number one's Purdue,
and they all hung gigantic numbers. Well, and there's Purdue's one team that they don't lose a ton of guys. Sure, Kentucky's got some guys that stayed, and they went.
I went and saw Alabama practice. They're going to be different than what they've looked like.
Those Sears
Arkansas,
this year. Yeah,
I mean, load it up. Give me all of it. Terps.
Georgetown, Friday. 6 early. 6 Eastern. Traffic, Friday.
No traffic, dude.
No complaints. Figure it out. I do want to add, as it relates to the early season college basketball, fun to watch. Cool to see these matchups from teams. Arizona, Florida. BYU played Nova.
I watched Duke, Tennessee, Pat Summit Court, sold out.
But that was
Sunday afternoon. It was awesome.
But those games didn't count.
No, I know. But
that's this new thing they're doing.
See him.
Right.
Got to see the young kid from Virginia that's at Tennessee. What's his name? Ament,
yeah.
He could do it. I was really impressed. Yeah.
Miss you, Jacoby. Y'all are going to enjoy him down there, Tennessee, point guard.
He's got to bend his knees a little bit more if you're going to play for Coach Barnes.
I'm sure he'll understand that. That's what I was going to get to. These games are fun. Duke, Texas, cool. Let's see.
Charlotte.
There's a legend from this area, the late, great John Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my very best friends has a radio show here, Kevin Sheehan. And John, after he retired, did local radio. And Kevin worked at the station where he was. And because Kevin's a Maryland guy, he and John had this tremendous relationship. And Kevin speaks in glowing terms about what an amazing guy John Thompson was in so many ways. A legend, certainly, but to get to know him on the level where you're sitting in what they call the bullpen in the radio stations. Mm-hmm. And Kevin's a Maryland guy, and of course, John is the all-time legend.
Base of the program.
On the hilltop. Still.
Yeah.
John Thompson. And if John liked you, there was no greater term of affection or endearment that he could use when he addressed you than to call you motherfucker. And so when they would talk about college basketball, early season, John would say, motherfucker, November basketball doesn't mean anything. And we must remember the wise words of Big John that, as interesting as it is to watch, if your team looks great, cool, but you need them to be great in March. And if they look uneven, particularly with all these people coming from all different places where maybe they think I'm going to be the guy and they're not, maybe they handle it well, maybe they don't. Just give it some time, let it bake. Because as Big John would say, November basketball, it couldn't be less meaningful. Mm-hmm. Conference play is what matters. But I think it's wise, and Kevin would counter, is that why you played St. Leo?
I was just going to bring St. Leo up.
Is that why you played St. Leo?
100-30, they would beat him.
It's like, hey, man, I got to go play Carneseca and Bayheim and Massimino. Yeah, I'm playing St. Leo, motherfucker. I got to go play them twice. Made sense. Worked out pretty well for John. But just remember, fun to watch. Ultimately, try to get yourself right mentally, physically for January and the slog of that. And then come March. And frankly, March is when a lot of people just sort of parachute in. I'm hoping this year, though, because there are so many big-time freshmen, and there are a lot of folks, I get it. You watch with an idea of, I want to know who are the guys are going to be next year when they get to the leg. Shout out to the legend, Hubie Brown. And if that's how you view it, that's fine. We don't, because we like the sport itself. But I just get the feeling that there are enough names that even casual fans are like, oh, that's that guy that went to BYU. Oh, okay, what's he look like? Ooh, he's good. So we're off and running with that.
Yeah, can't wait.
Steve's going to a college basketball game here shortly. We're wrapping things up. Tell the story you told me about being on the plane and grilling your hand.
Oh, yeah, we had an injury. So you could get Shake Shack burgers on Delta.
I didn't know that.
If they're offered.
That's news to me.
Yeah, but you have to be wary because there's a new hottest thing in the world, and that's the plate that the burger comes out on. And you know how you get food on a plane and the bottom's usually soggy if it's cooked.
Like that RFK hot dog we talked about.
There you go. And so I literally just went to flip it over, and I could just hear my skin like it was the burger on a grill.
So you've heard it before you felt it?
Yeah.
Ouch.
And I can't tell you how hot the plate was. So people, if you're going to get the Shake Shack burger on Delta, be careful. And when they say the plate is hot, it's fucking steaming. And you'll lose skin. So, yeah, be careful of that one.
How did it translate?
What do you mean?
I mean,
it's actually.
I mean the burger itself.
It's actually
because
I was impressed because the smash burgers are different now. You know, they're thinner. So, like, you know, the normal burger that's got all the grease and grizzle, like, you're not getting that much.
I understand.
But they give you all the fixings on the side. So, like, the special sauce on the side, ketchup on the side, tomato, onion. That's all. Pickles. That's all I need on my burger. It was great. I'll get it again. I'll just be very wary of the plate.
Just don't touch the plate. See, people hear this. There's going to be some sicko that'll think, I wonder if it's that. Oh, God, it is that hot. I lost my fingerprint.
Oh, I'm down. Don't do it.
I just wondered if it would, the idea of it, you hear, ooh, I can get a Shake Shack burger on a plane? Hell yeah. That sounds way better than some nuclear chicken thing.
Breakfast quiche. Ooh.
I don't care how hard you try. We complained about those baskets of cauliflower chips. You could do better than that. But I think oftentimes the food options are it just doesn't really work. So I just didn't know, is it a Shake Shack burger, but then it's been around for a while and you nuke it and then it isn't good. But it was tasty.
Oh, it was good.
But the price you paid was the back of your nut.
Correct. And also, I
even exchange.
Walk by it every week. How people will eat Ben's chili bowl at DCA airport before getting on a plane are some of the bravest people I've ever seen.
Brave or mean?
Both.
I think I feel like you're loading up the chamber.
Man, that's gutsy.
And the exit row is a little toxic. Maybe it's a short flight, Steve.
I wish I had some of those coming up.
Yeah, we're getting ready to saddle up and take some long trips, but that's okay.
Wizards need a win.
I don't think there'll be a whole lot of those coming. I described their defense on SportsCenter as doo-doo. They gave up 44, I beg your pardon, in back-to-back quarters against the Hornets. 44 in the third, 44 in the fourth.
Yeah, 88 and a half.
Hard to do. 2 words. Just try.
I want to go see the arena's finished underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Redid it. You got to go to a game.
Okie doke.
Who you want to go see?
Whoever we're off and can go see. I think every team has stories and players that are compelling. Maybe we could probably eyeball the best one.
I've gotten.
You know who I want to see in person? Cleveland. I like their roster a lot.
They don't even have Garland.
At the moment.
I've been sucked in since opening night.
Wemby?
Yeah. It's stupid.
I told you what Swag said, right?
Yeah.
He's 7'17". He's.
It's not fair.
No.
You shouldn't be able to reverse dunk, and when your hands are on the rim, so are your toes on the ground.
It's Nerf.
It's unbelievable.
On SportsCenter last week, we found it. Our guy Schmitzy, Mike Schmidt.
Oh, yeah, I saw that
from
clip.
Lithuania. It's 2020. He's on SportsCenter, and he's in Lithuania. Scott, I'm here to see this French player is the best player in the world. We're like, sure you are. And they show him, and he looks like he's thin now, but imagine as 5 years ago, he's 16 years old. He's not
like
super,
a pencil.
He's not super bulky.
Mm.
And I'm looking at him, I'm going, this slender man, I'm supposed to be excited about him? Sure, he's some skinny French kid, whatever you say. Now, obviously, we know Schmitz was as good as there was on identifying who the people were you needed to know.
Mm.
But I thought I could just casually dismiss that one until further notice. Well, further notice has arrived. Wemby's at the door.
Mm.
They're really good, but they've got some nice pieces as well. I love Castle.
Castle's great.
I really love that guy's game.
You
know what he does? He it just feels like old school basketball. I feel like there's so much. The game's evolved, and I'm old. So everybody that just wants to come down and do 9 dribbles between their legs and then take 4 steps backwards, which is a fucking travel. The Wemby play, nope, that's gather. You don't know ball.
Giannis.
What'd I say? I said Wemby? I meant the Giannis play where he took 5 steps. And if you're telling me, well, no, you don't understand because he didn't gather, then by that rationale, you could just carry the ball between 2 hands and never stop, and you're just gathering the whole length of the floor. So anyway, guys that Kawhi Leonard, I think, plays an old school kind of a game. Like seeks out shots. Sometimes, it's good. Like field goals in football. Field goals that count for 2, fine. You get enough of those, they add up.
Yeah, when they go in, they count.
I mean, I'm acting like I'm hitting you up on something you don't know about this Castle guy. I discovered him. He won the trophy, Rookie of the Year. I get it. When I watch him, because you're watching Wemby anyway, and I'm always thinking, man, Castle does a lot of things that I notice, and they're winning plays.
Yeah. Sell, good player.
Good player. No more trades since we got on.
Who do you think won the trade, Jets or Colts?
I think it's important. I'm going to break that down in the early editions of SportsCenter. My trade grades.
Trade grades or draft grades? What do you hate more?
Draft grades are the dumbest thing ever done. Trade grades, at least I've got tape on you at the level.
And it rhymes.
Trade grades is actually, this is when producers hear this, you should just make a segment out of it. Let Shefty come on and just drop the knowledge. Draft grades are just stupid. But I came on here pissed about the draft grade I got from one fantasy league. I remember I said I got an F, and I was pissed off. I said I was keeping receipts. I'm 2-7. But my team's good. I looked at it flying back today. I've got more points than a bunch of teams with good records. It's one of those.
Doesn't matter.
What do you mean? All that matters is my record?
Yes.
Well, obviously, it sucks that my record sucks. I just have played teams that score a lot more points. If I had an easier schedule, it's not like there's a league I'm in that I drafted atrociously and I'm last and I just suck. This other league that I got a bad draft grade, I like my team and they've scored enough to win, but we play people that score 198 points. No one gives a shit about fantasy football. I'm sorry.
Actually, everyone does.
Right, but they only...
every bar I go into now, the bartender's like, hey, who you starting fantasy? I'm like, bud, really? What kind of beers you got on draft?
Yeah, I'm a grown-up. I laid 3.5.
Jesus Christmas. 80s league now.
A lot of controversy there.
Oh, buddy.
Supposedly a wives league. Yeah. Come to find out the husbands are doing the draft.
Sons.
Husbands and sons are out there doing
You know what I heard was requested?
doing waiver.
Written apology to the league.
Should be. Oh, it's a wives league. It'll be fun. Yeah, your husband's doing a waiver. Who's setting the lineup?
Having the personal emails. Couples emails?
No honor. No honor in the ladies' league.
Speaking of horrible,
Okay.
I picked Clemson to play Penn State in the national championship. I have to say it, and I said it to you on the plane. It's November 4th.
4th.
Penn State doesn't have a fucking Big Ten win.
Not a one.
Not one.
And they're a 2-touchdown dog at home against the wagon that is Signetti.
They don't have a conference win.
No, they don't, Steve. Not a one.
Northwestern, UCLA.
Loss.
Iowa.
They battled on that one. They were good for a half against Ohio State.
Loss.
I understand. I mean, they lost their quarterback. They fired their coach.
Who would you rank 1 tonight?
Ohio State.
2.
Indiana.
Really? Oh, you're Big Ten, Scotty. I forgot.
Duh. Who do you have 2?
Probably Ohio State.
You have one, Indiana 1?
I think I put A&M 1.
This is resume talk.
Wins.
Understand?
I can't wait to see this. I'm fired up.
You know,
The
the good thing is everyone will be super reasonable from all the different quarters.
Do you rank Notre Dame ahead of Miami?
This was the conversation we had Saturday night. If you have the same record and I beat you head to head, then I should be ahead of you. But I don't think they will be.
Correct. But as we discussed, with these giant leagues, head to head should matter more than it has.
Well, that's not a league game, but I understand what you're saying.
I'm saying, like, if we get these randoms, if A&M and Notre Dame were to, it should weigh more.
A&M will certainly be. Maybe they end up being 2, and one of the Big Tens is.
Ohio State's going to be 1, no doubt. Game control.
They haven't looked stressed too much.
Oregon's got a lot of games left.
They got a big one this week.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa's out there just sniffing around. Like, don't let them get hot.
No.
They got a path.
I know.
They got a path.
I mean, with what happened in ACC, there's another spot that's there.
All right. So, again, moving forward, programming note. Wednesday's moving forward is when we'll do some looking back to the NFL. I think
we got to keep notes on our travels. Need more story time from travels. Like Lambeau, we gotta document this.
the issue is that I don't have any travel time.
No. You have to get dressed for this one.
I understand that, but
we're gonna have.
We had some travel stories in and around the finals because we were on.
Yeah. No, I'm just
we
saying.
had some mechanicals.
There's going to be things that happen.
We'll team up with Russillo and do like a docu-series pod.
But
he's Reykjavik.
level.
He's Reykjavik and Barcelona.
I don't even think you could book him for a show.
Ibiza.
You got to go through like 7 different people to get to him now.
There's levels to this. He used to be my sidekick. Old sidekick Scotty. You might have read about that. They were talking about trying to resuscitate that, and I was strictly in an ancillary role, off on the side, letting my man do spoken word.
He's got a Marine Corps on the internet too that listens to what people are saying too. So he's going to get this fast.
Good. It's my guy. It's pretty well documented. There's not casting aspersions. We couldn't be more happy for our guy. This trio right here. Shout out to Outsider Mike. He had his time. Sir Rudy, a.k.a. Sir Rudy.
Roots.
Ray, you're out. Never told us good segment. So Bill on the board. I mean, that's the group's the group.
Madison, Wisconsin. What a weekend.
That was a good time. That was when they were them.
Yeah.
Things change, Now the guys got seaside real estate, boats, marine craft, things of that nature.
Got Andy North coming to Packers game?
I got to find out. I'm sure. I mean, he knows the right people associated with the Packers.
Oh, he knows how to get a seat inside.
Correct.
That's where we got to go.
Inside. Because the spectacle that you saw in Dallas, I beg your pardon. They do the same idea, but what you just have is just pounds of brats.
Cheese.
Also that.
Red, keep him away from Lambeau.
Yeah, Red can't come. He's
got
to skinny him up. Get you some Culver's. Get a Culver burger.
Oh, Culver's very good.
Delicious. Cheese curds, it's fine. You do it just because you're there.
They are different. There's a texture thing.
Agreed.
I like them a little melted.
I like the crunch.
You do?
Yeah. I like the crunch.
I saw a guy Culver's. He was talking about Culver's. He's like, yeah, last time I had one, he's like, they talk about the butter on the roll and this and that. He's like, I took a bite and the butter was rolling down my arm.
That's how you know you got a good burger. That's how you measure it. How far down the arm does the butter get on the drip? You need to take your shirt off if you want to do it correctly, and then just butter's dripping all over the place. So that's next week. All right. There's nothing near Lambeau, though. You just drive past cornfields.
I saw a Target.
That does not help us get a Culver's burger.
No. There's got to be one in Green Bay.
Someone tell us if there's one there.
I know there's not In-N-Out. You declined In-N-Out. I want to tell the people. Last night, I had it set up. Car after the show was going to go to In-N-Out. 3x3s, ready to go. He said, I'm not doing it.
I know. And I thought about that. I thought about addressing it. I don't know how to address it. Other than to say that.
He said no.
Had the offer been extended during daylight hours, it would have been an easy yes. It was midnight, and the thought of smashing a 3x3 and then laying down and going to bed just felt like a no.
Okay.
It did not mean it had to be a no for you.
Wasn't going to go to In-N-Out with you in the car and not get you In-N-Out.
I would have gotten fries. Tell people what you said. You had a good batch of what?
I had a great batch of fries in Salt Lake City. In-N-Out.
The In-N-Out fry hate is...
Got to eat them first.
And it needs probably maybe extra salt.
Oh.
Dump them in the bag, a little extra salt, shake, shake, shake. Shake your fries. It doesn't work, Casey, in the sunshine. We'll be right back.
We have a dream sequence coming up.
Vegas.
Game's over we get out of there at 9:30. Can you eat then?
It's all right. Yes. We'll
go to In-N-Out.
Okay.
And then
straight to the pie gal.
Houseway.
Lop, lop. I don't know what it is. I can't wait for that. That's
2 weeks.
We're gonna need to.
If the nuke's going.
Yeah, I'm not smoking. We just need to acquire gaming credit.
I want to bring you on our drive. We're gonna drive by Hard Rock and see what the feels.
It's not that anymore.
No, it's Virgin. I think they redid it. It's no more purple tables. That's Circle Bar though.
All I can say, and I've said it anytime this comes up, is when that place was a place.
Oh,
buddy,
nothing beat it,
buddy. Bad decisions were made and repeated. What happens there stays there. No, it doesn't. You tell everyone you know the best stuff.
There's Big Ben again.
But not for this space. We've evolved. We remember it fondly. Those that know. But I can't wait to just sit next to you and absolutely cause a scene We need gaming credit. We must establish that. Okay. Got the forms?
Mm-hmm.
Got the papers? Get the papers? All right. You got to go. You got a game to go to.
Got a game.
All right. Pod's over. Wednesday's moving forward. Saturday, I'll be in parts unknown, out by Groton. He'll be remote. I'll be remote. The odds of it working, it's fine. We'll see you Saturday at 11:30. Have a good week.